faces. If everybody wants to turn their camera on, that would be fabulous. I know this is Jules' meeting, but I'm going to kind of hijack the beginning of it um, before we introduce her and just all of her glory. First and foremost, thank you guys all for coming and joining this call. I know it's kind of scheduling and whatnot can be chaotic for a lot of you. But I want to start off and just say, like I said in the very beginning, leading from a space of honesty and transparency is something that is really, really, really important to me. And I recognize Kenya was not showing up as I needed her to for you guys towards the end there. And she was going through a lot of, without getting super personal, a lot of health things on her end, a lot of mental. Her best friend had died from breast cancer. She's just going through a lot, and where my hurt for her being able to show up for every single one of you in the capacity that I need her to is just something that is extremely important to me. And that was just not the case towards the end. So we made this transition for that very reason. So you guys have a coach who is actively involved day in and day out, who is here to support you, who is your biggest hype person, your number one cheerleader, but also somebody that's going to hold you accountable to your goals and make sure that you're achieving those goals. So I wanted to be here and just say thank you to everybody who has been patient during this transition. I know for some of you, it's a couple different coaches. Losing Marissa was definitely on my end as well, not something that just with her scheduling and whatnot that she needed on her end. And so it was kind of a little bit of a back-to-back, which I know is not always ideal. And I want to recognize that for what it is. And thank you guys for the patience. But I know for a fact, Jules is, I'm sure if any of you guys have had your 15-minute just welcome call with her or just even a check-in, is absolutely amazing. We speak the same love language. We very much so have the same personality. And I know that she's going to lead you in a way that you guys are all going to feel seen, supported, and heard. So I wanted to be on this call to, again, thank you guys for kind of working through a bit of this transition and whatnot. But I am really excited for some of the things that we have coming this year with Jules also brings with her an amazing assistant coach, which will be joining our team. And there's just a lot of babes coming from her end that'll be joining us as well. So there's just a lot of really fun things coming. But again, you guys, thank you for just being patient with me and as we've worked through this. So I really appreciate it. If you guys have any questions for me on that, though, I'm more than happy to answer any questions you have or go through any concerns even that you may have. No? You guys are making this too easy. I was waiting for you to go or something.
No questions? All right.
No? No? Okay, Jules. Well, I'll let you kind of steal the show then.
All right. Well, guys, I second this. I'm so excited to be here. So I wanted to take an opportunity to just let you introduce myself to you, tell you a little bit about who I am, where I come from, and give you an opportunity to ask me some questions. Plus, kind of just let you know, again, what my vibe is and kind of setting the tone for 2025. Because ladies, even after going over all your check-ins in here, I know where I'm seeing where all of you guys are at, and I want you to know I'm here for you wherever you are at, and I want to meet you where you're at, and I want you to just make 2025 your bitch, okay?
Yeah.
That's my jam, all right? But as Nicole said, we do speak a lot of the same language. So if any of you started picking up on my social media, you'll see that my energy, my vibes, a lot like hers. And I will say, I've been in the coaching industry since 2018. My background is actually in the beauty industry. So I spent over 20 years in the beauty industry. I was everything from a salon owner to standing behind the chair to educating from stages. And I ended my career as a VP of education in for a company called TG. So I was with L'Oreal for years. And honestly, what happened is a couple of things. I had a really good general manager that told me I had to find some balance in my life before I burnt out. I did that by going back to the gym. I got really super lucky and I hired my first coach. I'd had personal trainers in the past, but my first coach. And she changed my life. She shared and taught me how I didn't have a slow metabolism. I wasn't broken. I wasn't big boned. I was all the things that you guys have probably been heard and told, and that I could have any body shape that I wanted. And at age 46, I changed everything. My body, my language, my Inside and out, that's all I can tell you. I took it a bit further. I decided to become a bodybuilder competitor, and I competed for several years, and I'm going to be competing again this year. But what I learned is probably the most valuable lesson that I learned was that the body is capable of anything. It is the mind that you have to convince. And that is a place that I come from. Nutrition, working out, top, top things. But if you can't change what's between your ears, nothing will change. And so a lot of what I like to work with you guys on and talk to you guys about is how do we change those limiting beliefs that we have, those I can'ts, it's not for me, those things that are not your fault. They're things that we grew up in a diet culture, right? We've been told these things all the way back to childhood. There's things that in our childhood that we were led to believe were true. Sorry, my watch is ringing. And I use examples like, for example, we were taught things like some of our parents used food as a love language with us. And this is where these emotional things start to come in. So my job is not to just help you physically and nutritionally, but to help you make that transition. Because here's the thing, guys, change is easy. But transformation, that's a completely new level. And to transform, it's about building a foundation and new habits and new values. And what I mean by that is, I'm going to just keep this really simple. I like to use analogies, but if you were going to remodel your kitchen and it's a galley kitchen, are you just going to paint the cupboards a different color? Are you going to start busting down? Yeah, no. You're going to start busting down walls and making what? A transformation. And that's what you need to do. We can't just change the color of our hair or change the color of the cabinet. We got to start busting down walls to make a transformation. And so those are the things that I want to help empower you with. Cool?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm here for you. Have me convinced. I mean,
I love it, guys. And this is what I'm all about. I talk a lot about this. Now, the other side of me too, and there's a lot more. I'm 56 years old, so I'm currently 56. I had a few, I will tell you one other story that's super important. The aesthetics of making these changes in this transformation are bar none the best. Okay, there's nothing better than having the confidence of walking around in a body that you truly desire and love, something that you've dreamed of, and it's 100% possible. And the way that it makes you feel inside and out is super powerful. But what I'm going to tell you is there's more to it. Like, this is your physical health. As we start to age, we lose muscle mass. And I don't know about you, but many of you might have grandchildren. If you don't, you're going to have them someday. You have kiddos. You want to be around for them. You want to be able to run up the stairs after them and not be like going up the stairs. You want to be able to jump on the trampoline, run around the yard, all of these things. Get up off the couch. And this is the way to do that. And I'll tell you very briefly, I experienced it early in life. So it's almost 2 years ago. And I'm just on the other end of recovery. I was on my way to the gym in Tulum, Mexico. It was my first day of prep. I'd taken a year off. My last year of competing was 2021. And we took 2022 off. And in January 17th of 2023, was on my way to the gym for fasted cardio, and I got hit by a taxi cab. Bang. Taken out. Broke my arm, compound fracture in my leg. Never broken a bone in my entire body, ever. And then I'm sitting there staring up at the sky, looking at my foot going one way and my knee going the other way, going, fuck, I don't think I'm going to make it to the gym today. Seriously. First thought. Literally, I distinctly remember it. I was like, fuck, this isn't going to end well. Anyway, the shortest version I can tell you, and it's a very long, I had 7 surgeries. My last one was just of June this past year, where they took the hardware off. The reason is I had several bad bone infections. I should have lost my leg. And what you need to know is every doctor, every PT, anybody that has worked with me up until this point, specifically my orthopedic doctor here in the US, once they finally got me back to the US, and this was this was the fault of the doctor. Like I got this infection. It was poor surgery. But I shouldn't have made it. I should have lost my leg. And over again, he called me his 2%. Did you 2%? He said any other 56-year-old would not. They'd be lucky to be walking right now. He's like, you're under a leg press. He's like, you're about to compete again. He said he keeps in touch with me. He has my email because he's like, I'm fascinated by you. He's like, and I can't wait to see what you do. Why? Because he said this wouldn't be possible if you weren't in the shape that you were in when that happened. He said if you didn't have the body that you had in the physical shape. So I want to let that sink in, ladies. You're doing something really amazing here, and know that this is way more powerful than just how you look. So be proud of yourself for doing this. That's the only reason I tell you that. So guys, like some of you guys, I've done all your check-ins. So if you checked in, I have checked in with your beautiful faces. Some of my Loom videos were a little longer than they normally will be, but I'm trying to get to know you. And if I didn't send you a 15-minute link to set up a call with me, please let me know, but you should have all gotten them to set up that call with me. Because I want to take a chance to get to know you. I want to know where you're at currently, where you want to go, and start to create that roadmap. I know some of you have checked in, and it made me a little sad to see some of you guys were like, a little disappointed with yourself and where you're at. Well, I'm here to tell you this is a new day, okay? It's a new year, it's a new day, you have a new coach, and we're about to create some shit. Buckle up, babes, because I'm going to say that over and over again. Some of you guys are like, I just want somebody who's going to show up for me. I want to see somebody that's around. I want this, I want that. And I'm like, well, I'm your girl. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be there to help you and give you the tools that you need. All that I need from you is for you to give me the 100% that you want from me. Deal?
Yep, absolutely.
I can work with these things on you. I can help you. And so like we'll take a deeper dive to each and every one of you as I get on your 15-minute calls. A few of the things that, and when I say this, like, guys, I need you to really hold to heart what I said about what's between the ears, okay? If nothing changes, nothing changes. And those are the things that I'm going to need you guys to look at. Nicole and I both believe that nutrition is key. We both believe that fitness is key. And I talked about the mindset piece. And part of what lingers into that mindset is I've kind of been looking at some of your nutrition. And a lot of you guys are telling me you're hitting a slump in the middle of the day, you're tired, all of these things. And when I peek at your nutrition, a lot of it is lying there. And I'm not ever going to be the person that tells you, like we say in all of our social media, we both speak the same language. You should be able to fit your favorite foods into your nutrition. But guys, you also have to learn to fuel your body first. And if you don't learn, you want to learn to fuel your body properly first to create those habits and values that I'm telling you about. And then you start pulling in these other things. Here's the way that I like to look at it. I say build the foundation first. Take the rebar, take the bricks, take the mortar, build that foundation and make it hurricane safe. Get the walls up, then start painting that bitch any color you want. But you've got to get that foundation in first, because then it becomes so easy to roll with the punches. Because you don't have the temptations, the things that you like, all of those things go away, the noise goes away, and it's super easy to step out and enjoy the muffin, the donut, the whatever it is, and you just immediately you bounce right back to your nutrition. Like it's just like this dance that it just becomes easier, but you got to build that foundation, and you got to really understand the foods that fuel your body. And I'm here for that. And I want to teach you guys how to do that. And I want to teach you that consistency so you can learn to live an amazing life. Free of food freedom. Cool?
Yes.
Any questions? I don't want to just keep talking. Anybody got questions for me? No? Do I have you sitting on the edge of your seat? So no, I'm serious. This is me. Like, you are seeing me in my full. A couple of things that I want to tell you about. So I think, Nicole, it's cool that I tell them this. I've had my own business.
Yeah.
Yep. So Nicole, like, I'm a coach. I'm a coach first and foremost. I actually had a coaching business. And so, Nicole talked about an assistant coach. So I actually have 30 clients as well. We're going to be migrating them over. So you're going to have 30 new friends that are going to come play with you in the group. So, like, that's going to be fun. All right. They're about to learn about this whole thing. Actually, on Saturday, Nicole and I are going to talk to them about what's going on. And the reality is, Nicole and I, like I said, we have very strong beliefs, and I want to coach. My passion lies in coaching. And, I made a decision to step away. And I'm going to still do content and do all the things that I do and inspire, but like, I just want to step into something that I am super passionate about. I love business. I love helping women, but I did those things already. I owned my own business before a coaching business. I was in corporate. Like, I did those things, and I too had to take a really good look at my life. And I was like, what do I want? So then I was knocking on Nicole's door. I'm like, hey, hey. So I want to let you know that I have been doing this for a while. We're going to be bringing these ladies over. They're going to be joining you in our little bit of community. And I encourage you guys to really speak up in that community. You have all the communities in there, but I do a lot within that. I will, like, make sure I'm in there firing you guys up. And that's a big thing too. Some of you have been on some awareness calls with me already, and communication is key with me. Like, communicate. I need you to, one, submit your check-ins on time, guys. I need your check-ins. Without your check-ins, without your photos, without your weigh-in, I can't help you. I'm running blind. I have no data. So I need your commitment that you're going to do that. And I need your commitment that you're going to do it on the days that you are committed to, because here's the deal. I want you guys to respect not just my time, but all of your time. Right? And you don't want me late for doing your check-in 2 days late, do you?
No.
That's what could happen if somebody else is piling me up. Okay, so if we all commit to doing our check-ins on the days that they are there, we will stay in flow, and I'll be able to get everything done in time, get your programs written, do all of the things. So that's something that I want to say, and I want to make sure, like, you guys are, like, all on board with that, because y'all have mothers, right? Y'all have moms?
Yeah. Yep.
Mom, raise your hand to the camera. Awesome. Am I your mom? Hell no. I'm your coach. I'm not your mom.
Can I ask you a quick question about a check-in day?
Yeah.
So if I do my form on a Monday so I expect to hear from you on Tuesday, is there a time that you want my check-in done by on Monday?
Nope. But that's a great
Okay,
question.
perfect.
Okay, here's a fun fact about Jules. She gets up at the butt crack of dawn, doesn't she, Nicole?
3 a.m., guys. Like 3 a.m. I'm getting messages from Jules, and we're 2 hours ahead of I'm like, girl, I'm an early riser, but
That's early.
No, I love it. Well, and I'll talk to you more about why I do that and stuff like that. Like, there's a reason behind it, and some of you heard about it in your check-ins. I create a space for myself, a time where nothing else, there's no noise coming in, and I'm able to just do my thing, right? Yes, I am up early. So, as to answer your question, Christina, and all of you guys, like, yes, if you just check in by the end of the day on that day, I appreciate it. So when I get up at the butt crack of dawn, if I want to start doing your check-ins immediately, I can. So I just want to make sure that I have them there. And I want to be honest with you guys. I need you to be a little flexible. I want to kind of change the check-in. I might have to shift some of you guys around, because I want to have some fairly even days for myself. So once I get it kind of maneuvered around, I'm going to ask you guys, like, if these days are going to work for you. So I'm going to try to keep you for the majority of you on the same day, but I might have to shift around to even things out. And then the only other thing I can tell you for sure is I'm going to try to eliminate me doing check-ins on Wednesdays if I can. So you guys might check in on a Wednesday, but I would give you responses on a Thursday, and I would close down the Tuesdays. That's just what I'm thinking. It's just a day for me to kind of reset my energy. So I'm coming to you strong, and not, drained out. So that's kind of something I might be looking at. Okay. I'm just going to kind of
Okay.
give you a heads up on that. And I'll let you know ahead of time. Like once I get this all mapped out, I'll be like, all right, guys, here's the schedule. This is what I'm thinking. And then of course you'll have it on your calendars. We'll set it up and, we'll roll from there. I mean, and here's the thing, like I don't foresee anybody doing this ever, but like, I'll remind you 3 times to do your check-ins. But if I have to remind you more than that, I'm going to assume this isn't that important to you. Okay. Because I don't want to be wasting your time or mine. And I'll just be like, hey, Nicole, so-and-so is not checking in right now. And I don't mean that, like, I don't think anybody here is going to do this. Like, your energy has been freaking amazing. Okay. But I just want to make sure, like, these are like some of the things. And I want to get you. The reason I say this, guys, is because I want to get you some freaking fantastic results. I want to support you in the best way that I can. Absolutely done. So play in the community. Okay. You're going to like it. And when these 30 women come in, they like to play in that community too. You're going to love them. Okay. So I want you guys to like get to know each other in there. I'm going to, Nicole, this is one thing I almost forgot. So I'm going to do things a little differently because I want whoever loses their Loom videos in the comment section. We get a lot of comments going on in there. So something that I'm going to do a little differently, I could screen share for me, but there is a comment button on your check-ins. So yes, you're shaking your head. So what I'm going to start to do, guys, is because I want you to be able to go back and find it if you want to. So like when you go under your documents in your app, you can see all your check-ins in every form. Well, if I leave your Loom video on there and my feedback, and you respond back to me and we chat back and forth, it's super easy for you to go back and find it. Okay. And it doesn't get lost in all of our back and forth conversations in the PMs. So what'll happen is, and sometimes, I know you guys get a lot of notifications, but I think it's pretty simple for you because you're going to know what day I'm going to be doing your feedback. So like Christina, you said, okay, if I do a check-in on Monday, you're going to get back to me on Tuesday. So when you see a ping, a notification on a Tuesday from your coach, your coach just responded to your check-in, oh, let me just click on that and it's going to take you right to your check-in. Your Loom will be there and anything that I have to say, you can respond back to me right there. And I'll
In the Loom.
know that you have responded back to me. I'll get a notification that you did. I'll reply back to you in there. That way, and we're going to play, I want to try this for a while. Yes.
Not in the Loom, your Loom
Not in the Loom.
there, but she won't respond in the room. She'll respond in the comment section. It'll show in that comment section of the actual form.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah. So like on your check-ins, it'll just keep everything in one spot. Yeah, don't comment on Looms, guys. I'm not very good at that. I don't necessarily see those. Bum, bum. I don't always pay attention to that. So let me just, I don't have any forms. I have my fake account in here. But if you guys go to your U page, and then if you go to, you click you'll see documents. And when you click that, that's where all your forms are. And but the bell will take you there. Like the bell will automatically take you to your check-in. We'll try it. Okay. I'll help you guys out with it. But like I said, I currently do this with 30 that I work with and they like it because it keeps everything in one spot and it helps to keep me organized as well. And that way we're not losing our conversations. Cool? You willing to give it a shot?
Yep.
And I can walk you guys all through it as well too, but it's just, there's a comment section on there and it just is, like I said, I think you guys will like it once we start to do it because you'll be able to find things a little bit. What is it she said? What did she say? You can go back and reference it. Questions on that?
No.
Awesome. All right, well, here's the other thing. I currently do weekly group coaching calls. I do them every Tuesday. I do them Tuesday mornings and I do them Tuesday evenings. I do a group coaching call. I'm probably gonna do this for a while. We'll see if how well I do. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm gonna start to invite you guys to them. So this week I'm gonna be telling my 30 peeps about you guys. We're probably gonna be, it's gonna take us a while to move everybody over, but I see no reason why after I've let them know what I'm up to over here, that you guys can't start joining in. They're called Convos with Jules. And so I'm going to, food alarm,
Good alarm.
reminding yourself to eat. Even I have to remind myself to eat. So I'm gonna invite you guys to those. Basically it's a call with me and everybody, and it gives you an opportunity. I like to share wins. We talk about any challenges we might be having, and what's really cool about it is you get to hear from each other, right? Like what's going on, and a lot of times like what's going on with you might be going on with 5 other people. And so you're listening into this and you're like, oh God, I've been experiencing the same thing. So you're listening to me help and coach somebody else, but it's also resonating with you. And a lot of times women will chime in and be like, yeah, I've been going through the same thing. So they're really fun calls, and I record them. And I'm not going to promise you that I won't overextend myself, but I'm going to try to keep up this pace on doing them once a week for you guys. So I know a lot of times it's once a month, but I really like to be able to get you guys all together once a week if I can.
When did you say you were going to do that, do you think?
They're every Tuesday. So I currently have them on my schedule, so I'm not going to take them off. I will announce it in the group with you. And generally what I'll do is I'll kick out a reminder, kind of like I did with this call that showed up. You'll get a reminder every Tuesday that'll say Convos with Jules, and it'll give you the link. Okay.
And what time? I'm sorry.
It
Okay.
is, I do one at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and the other one is at 6:30 p.m. Eastern
Okay.
Standard Time.
Okay, perfect.
So those are, you don't
Do
have to
you
be
live
on
on the
both
East
of them.
Coast?
Hmm?
Do you live on the East Coast?
I do.
Where do you live?
I live in Raleigh, North Carolina,
Oh, all right.
and it's snowing here, and it's not supposed to be.
Everywhere but Utah, I swear. I mean, it's insane.
It's
Did you see that
18
video of guys in
degrees.
Florida has like
I'm
snow?
in Florida. I'm freezing right now. I'm sitting in the Florida room
Where in Florida?
at Boynton Beach.
Oh, I
I live
live
in
in
New
Boynton
Jersey.
Beach.
I'm at my
I
parents.
could tell by the accent. I'm Philadelphia.
Oh,
Do you guys have any questions for me? I feel like I did all this chatting. You guys should have questions. Are you excited?
Yes.
super,
Yeah.
super,
Excited.
super over the moon. Over the moon.
Good.
I'm excited.
Same,
My,
excited.
like I said, guys, my ultimate goal, you want to know what I can be guilty of? And I have to watch myself is sometimes I want it so bad for you, and I can't ever want
Can't
it
want
more
it
for
more.
yourself than you want it for you. And you'll hear me say that, but that is
What
probably
happened?
fault. That's how much I want it for you guys. I'm here to see you win, and I'm gonna do everything. You're not always gonna like me. Okay? You're not always gonna like me, all right? But here's what most people say to me. They're like, you are a real straight shooter. If you were to, like, once other women start beeping in and you ask them, they'll all tell you, oh, she'll give it to you straight. I'm a straight shooter. I'm no BS. I'm kind of a badass.
I can't hear.
You can't hear.
Can't hear it. Did you mute it?
And,
I can hear.
but I will do it with grace and compassion. And that's generally what I'm told. So I'm never going to bullshit you guys. I'm going to tell you like it is. But my job is to say, and so you need to show up and tell me these things. Like if something happens, you mess up. I mean, fuck, we're all going to do it. We all fall down, but just come to me. Let me know what it is. I'm going to look at it. I'm going to say, all right, this shit happened. Now, what did you learn? I'm almost 90% of the time going to say, what did you learn? And then we're going to work through it. We're going to go, okay, now we learned this. How do we avoid this obstacle going forward? Because now we learned a lesson. We're all learning. Cool. I mean, so the more you can communicate with me and tell me about what's going on specifically in your check-in, showing up to the calls. If I have these Tuesday calls, try to get on them. You know, the more that you can participate in the groups, that's what I mean about communication. like that, like in all of these opportunities, communicating with each other in that community, like in all the communities.
Yep.
You guys will win. I love seeing Kayla's at the gym. Look at her.
I think she was like on it.
She-
My girlfriend's getting it done.
She's getting it done.
I'm doing deadlifts right now.
I love it. I love it. All right, ladies. Well, if you don't have any questions, I look forward to all of our 15-minute chats. Pam, I know I owe you some things. I'm working on it. I had to get through all the check-ins. And
No
then
worries.
I will say to you guys, give me a little bit of grace here. Like, I'll ask you for the same thing. I am. So like, if you notice there's a workout missing or something, I'm usually Johnny on the spot, but just make sure that you just knock on my door and say, hey, Jules, because there's a, you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. I could miss something right now. I hope not to. I'm trying not to. I keep telling Nicole I'm not gonna drop any balls. She's like, well, it could happen, Jules. But yeah, so just let me know, okay?
Capiche?
Sounds good. Yep. Good.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
Awesome. Thanks you guys for all hopping on this call.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks for
Thank
putting
you.
it together.
Thank you.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
day.
Good
Bye.
stuff. Thank you guys.
Cheers,
Bye.
everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Wow.
Bye.